Alright, so message from one of the supporters. Alright, so I'm gonna read this message. Title is Little Dragon. Short message. Say, hey Freddie, I know you're going to hugely disagree with the title of this video. However, the kid is Chinese as well. What do you think of this video if you haven't seen it yet? Also in the comments, someone posted Bruce Lee incarnated. What are your thoughts on that? Also, would be great to hear that in a video response from you. The kid's pretty good for his age and the fitness exercises he's doing at his age, even knuckle handstand walk, which is amazing. Alright, so I haven't seen the video, but I think I've seen the thumbnail and I kind of already have an idea of what he does. I think maybe saw a little clip of it. Positive thing is, he's great. He's Chinese. And he's a talented little kid. But the thing is, he's still too young. I mean, like, I see a lot of parents out there exploiting the talents of children and what they could do. It's great that children are talented, but what really counts is, can you be talented for your entire life? Not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, meditatively. That's what really counts. That's what's really going to inspire people to grow. I mean, wisdom, experience. I've been, I learned a lot from people, not just from Bruce Lee. I mean, I mentioned Bruce Lee a lot because he's like the only one that was representing the martial arts, but also with intelligence and wisdom. He's not just like a cage fighter or something like that, But really, the people that I've really been inspired by are really Lao Tzu, Buddha, Osho, Socrates. People that are very wise, and it's not even about the physical. Just highlighting somebody's physical feats and that's all you highlight, it's not anything that's gonna be life transforming. Even Bruce Lee, the reason why he impacted my life so much was not so much because of his physical. People always mention how fast he was and all this other stuff, but it's just, that's not enough. That's like Usain Bolt being so fast. Okay, that's great, but that's not enough. What transformed me was Bruce Lee's writings. His books, his intelligence, his wisdom, his experience, his spirituality. And that inspired me to study Eastern philosophy. That made me want to read about the Tao Te Ching, about Lao Tzu, read about Lao Tzu, read about J. Krishnamurti, read about Zen, learn about meditation, and that's what really transformed my life. That's what's really important. Another thing is, it's just, I think too much credit's given to this little kid. Some people calling him Bruce Lee reincarnated, but I don't really never hear anybody say that about me. And I've been putting out videos out there on YouTube for about 9 years, 8 years. I'm working really hard to try to get respect. And I could do full plank push-ups, I could do handstand push-ups. I did videos where I did 1 thumb push-ups, 2 thumb push-ups, 2 finger push-ups. I'm breaking boards out there. I'm doing hundreds of sparring videos. I'm showing my speed, I'm showing my strength, I'm showing my flexibility. I am Chinese American. I study Eastern philosophy. I study Bruce Lee. I'm not a little kid. I'm 36 years old now. I'm Chinese American. I've been studying martial arts, the combat since the age of 16. I've been doing fitness and Kung Fu since the age of 9. And I have influence from my parents who are still alive. Um, I do a lot of hard work to try to represent, but people don't give me that type of credit. You know, I guarantee you this little kid probably has maybe more views, more subscribers. And even this person sent me a message talking about Jake Mason. Jake Mason teaching um, Mandarin or teaching Chinese culture, and he's trying to make me make a video about that, but I don't want to, because I don't want to talk about this person. But this is another example. It's like a white person who's trying to represent the Chinese people, the Chinese culture, trying to represent Jeet Kune Do, Wing Chun, Tai Chi, Chinese martial arts, but he's not even Chinese. At least this little kid's Chinese, but Jake Mason's not Chinese. So he cannot represent the Chinese martial arts. You know, I am Chinese American, and I'm here to represent the Chinese American martial arts. You know, but people don't really give me credit for that. You know, compared to this little kid, compared to Jake Mace, or compared to whoever out there who's not even Chinese trying to claim the Chinese martial arts. It's like I feel like I'm kind of put, you know, one of my greatest purposes in this life is to carry on with Bruce Lee's work. Carry on with where he left off. And it can't be a white person that does it. It can't be a black person or Hispanic person. It has to be a Chinese person that does it. Not just a Chinese person, not a Jet Li, you know, not a Jackie Chan, but a Chinese and American person. You know, because that is the unique, the unique integration of the East and West, which is represented not just within the teachings, but actually within the blood. You know, like when my parents pass away, when my grandma passes away, like that energy from that blood, it's getting diminished even more and more. Even Shannon Lee is not even full Chinese. You know, she's from Bruce Lee Chinese, and then from Linda Lee, you know, Caucasian. So her blood, her Chinese blood is dissipating, you know, by half. And if she married, you know, a Caucasian man or whatnot, then there's less of the Chinese blood. And the thing is, if you don't have the Chinese blood in you, that culture's not in you, that's something that has to be held on to. That has to be properly represented, you know, and it's just, you're born with it. And this is something where we need to try to preserve it as much as we can. And I'm doing the best that I can to do that, you know, by doing what I do. You know, and it's not that different than somebody who was just born wealthy. You know, the son of Will Smith, Jaden Smith, he's born with that in his blood, with his father as Will Smith. You know, somebody that's wealthy like Bill Gates, he has a child. The child is born as Bill Gates as his father. It's in his blood. So automatically, as soon as he's born, he's gonna be looked at from a way of where, hey, I gotta live up to the reputation of this bloodline. You know, so like even LeBron James, he has a child. The child has to live up to the reputation of that bloodline, of the successes of LeBron James. Well, Bruce Lee, my last name is Ashley Lee, Lee. I am Chinese American just like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's parents were from Hong Kong just like my parents are from Hong Kong. You know, Bruce Lee could do two-finger push-up. I could do two-finger push-up. I need to live up to the bloodline of Bruce Lee, and not only is it because of skill, not only because I'm fast like him or strong like him. It's because it's in my blood, just like it was in the blood of Bruce Lee, and only someone like myself can represent what Bruce Lee was representing, because it's in my blood to represent that. This is not just a skill, this is a bloodline. Even my last name is Lee. And everything's coming together to put me in a position of there's really nobody else out there that's able to represent other than me. Not this little kid, not Jake Mace, but me. And am I getting credit for this? No. You know, Master Wong, okay, you know, he's not even American. Okay, he might have a Chinese, but he's from another country. His last name's not Lee, it's Wong. And then they talk about the whole fight, secret fight between Wong Jack Man and Bruce Lee. Well, Wong Jack Man might be Chinese, but he's still not Bruce Lee. So Master Wong might be Chinese and Australian or whatever, but he's still not Bruce Lee. That's not his bloodline. His last name ain't Lee. His last name's Wong. And he's not even an American, so he can't represent the Chinese-American martial arts like Bruce Lee was representing Chinese-American martial arts. And the dude's bald, don't even look like Bruce Lee. I mean, it's like, but this guy's getting famous. Master Wong's getting famous. Jake Mace getting famous. This little kid's getting famous. But I've been putting in like 8 years of hard work, trying to build a name for myself. Try not to copycat off of Jeet Kune Do. Try not to imitate Jeet Kune Do. Try not to disrespect by Bruce Lee by taking his stuff and trying to say that what I do is his. I'm trying to do it the right way. Like, no, this ain't Jeet Kune Do, this is Freddie's Modern Kung Fu. No, it ain't Bruce Lee, it's Freddie Lee. You know, but I have been inspired by Bruce Lee. I love his work and I want to carry on with his message. But are people giving me the credit? But they're giving this little kid the credit. They're giving, just because he did a few nunchuck things. I got nunchuck videos out there too. It's like, oh, he could do a handstand. Well, I do a handstand too. Like, I'm putting in the work, but who's giving the credit to me? And that's the thing that bothers me. And it's disappointing to me, to the point where it's like, it's demotivating. You know, when people that aren't even close to be representing what Bruce was representing are being given that compliment, that recognition. Whereas I've been putting in the work day in and day out. I got over like 15,000 videos posted, to the point where I don't really have much to say anymore. I can't really say more than what I've already said. You know, if people don't want to give me that respect, then I'll just carry on. But that's how I really feel about it.